Peace, family. All right, so today is Tuesday, March the 28th. It was a little warm earlier today. Now it's starting to drizzle. But I wanted to give you an update, just a quick brief update, nothing serious, on one of the newer fruit trees that we have out here. This is the Seckel Pear. I just actually plugged this in a few weeks ago, maybe about 2 weeks ago. And I said plug it in because we've been referring to the method of planting that we've been doing as like the plug and play method. So I just want to give you a quick update on it. And actually, it hasn't been 2 weeks. It's probably been about maybe 2 weeks, a little under 2 weeks. But stay tuned and we'll take a look at it. I got a problem. I got a strange addiction. Somebody help me. I need an intervention. It ain't alcohol or weed. There's just one thing that I need. I got an addiction to fruit trees. Got an addiction to fruit trees. I take a persimmon to breathe. Hey, the next one I'm getting jujube. Got an addiction to fruit trees. All right, so this is the Seckel Pear. Like I said, it's probably been about 2 weeks, maybe 2 weeks, maybe a little less than 2 weeks. But this is the plug and play method. Basically, we just sheet mulch. We mulch heavy. We let the area sit. We let it marinate. And then, when we get the fruit tree, we just pretty much plug it in. We plug it in. We push the mulch around it. And then we water it in, and that's pretty much it. And I just wanted to show you, already we've got growth popping in. Now, I mean, I'm not, crazy. I don't think that there's gonna be no fruit off this tree this year. This is a baby. She's an infant. Wee, wee. But she's already budding. I mean, and to me, that says that she's happy with the area. So plug and play. Just to kind of go over that a little bit, I'm gonna show you an area that we've already prepared because we've got quite a few. Here's one. I marked it with this branch here. So that's not a tree. That's pretty much just, me marking it so that I'll know that this is one of the areas. Here's one. Here's another one. And this one we actually have some, we've got some garlic in there, just pumping in photosynthesis while this marinates to make the marination process even more delectable. So that when we plug in whatever we plug in here, it'll be happy, man. It'll already have a connection with the native soil, with the microbiology that we have here in the area, and it'll also have that fungal net, that fungal web underneath. So plug and play. I'm gonna go over, sheet mulching in a future video because I got another area that I think I may want to put a tree. And I will walk you through the whole process, but just to kind of give you some more, here's another area here. Now this one is designated, and I'm gonna do more to this one, but this one is pretty much ready. This one is designated for honeybees, red delicious apple tree. So if this one passed the test of surviving in this soil where there was that nasty walnut tree, you see the stump? God rest his soul. Then we'll plug in hers and we should be in business. But we pretty much just sheet mulch and let it sit. Now these look more broken down because, for one, the material was a little bit different during the time that I did it. And then also it's, the ones that look more broken down are the ones that have been sitting longer. When you sheet mulch and you mulch over it, the longer you let it sit, really the better. You don't necessarily have to let it sit for a long period of time, but the longer the better. So, my advice, like if you are looking into, is the Seckel Pear again. What's up, baby? I'm gonna put some I'll probably put a fig tree here because I got cuttings that have been doing really well inside. So, you know, once I transplant those out, I'll probably put a fig tree here and then put a bunch of stuff around, and I'll do some more mulching. Behind it here is this is an aronia. I've got 3 aronias and they seem to be waking up. I think I showed this before. It's got leaves coming up and it's starting to bud. But anyway, you don't have to necessarily let it sit for a long period of time, but the longer the better. But if you know that you want to put trees out in your yard, prepare your site. Like right here, for example, this is like a newer site and I'm gonna expand this, but I wanted to at least get this amount done. Again, this is marked by a branch. This is where I'm eventually gonna put a new pawpaw tree, and that may not be until like next year. But in the meantime, I'll be enriching this soil here. You know, so if you know you want to put a tree somewhere, you know, just pick a spot and do a sheet mulch layer and just let it sit for at least a few months, you know, if not a year. Like I said, you don't have to. As long as you mulch it and you feed the soil properly, it'll all work out. But really, the longer that you let it sit, the better. So that's another area that I've been working on. And even if you pick a spot and you change your mind, like you decide, you know what, maybe not a tree there. I mean, you've enriched your soil, so it doesn't really matter. You've made your soil better even by doing this method. So like I said, I'll walk through the process that I do, because the way that I do it is just a little bit different in the spring and summer than it was like in the late fall and winter, because I was doing this in the wintertime as well. But I'll walk through that whole process with you, and that way we can kind of, you know, better explain what the plug and play method entails. But anyway, I just wanted to show you the progress on the Seckel tree. Like I said, she looks happy. She's starting to wake up, and you know, I'm ecstatic. So if you got any questions or comments, you know, please hit me up. You know, I try to respond to them, and I will check you all in the next one. Peace. Plug and play, y'all. Peace. Plug them trees in. Peace. Plug them shrubs in. Peace. Stop playing.